This player for the Clippers, I feel like he's definitely brought a lot of energy, definitely brought a lot of good things to the Clippers in regards to, positivity in the locker room and what he brings on the floor. And I feel like when you think about Isaiah Hartenstein, you think about a player who really has an edge and also has a spot on any roster, because when you think about how energetic he is and what he brings to the table and what he can do as far as his versatility, now that he's able to step out and have more confidence in his jumper and play with that type of energy that a team needs, that a team needs to help win, or that a team needs to get ahead in regards to the season, the playoffs, things like that. He's the type of player you need. So to me, the Clippers keeping him long term is definitely something good. Definitely re-signing him for the rest of this year is definitely a good thing, because honestly at this point they need all the help they can get. The help they have is good, but honestly it's really not good enough. You got players on COVID, you got players injuries, you got players that are out there trying to learn their way, and you have Ty Lue trying to get the young guys on the same page as the veterans and the core players, and it's really hard to do while you're trying to win and while you're expected to win a championship. It's just really difficult. So when you have a player like Isaiah Hartenstein, even though COVID and everything has bit him as well, he's definitely one of the type of players you need, especially when it comes to playoffs, especially when you play very critical games, because he definitely can give you high energy and give you really, really good quality, productive minutes. I said that about him when he first got on the team. I definitely said the Clippers, found a good piece in him. And I definitely think that, he kind of fits what their MO is. They're all about next man up mentality. They're all about, being resilient, playing with energy, pride, fighting, and always have the hustle mentality while they're on the floor. And definitely Isaiah Hartenstein plays that role very well. And he definitely fits their criteria when it comes to that. Now, hopefully, like I said, they keep him the rest of the season, which they're going to, from what the reports say, which is a good thing. But hopefully they keep him longer than that as well, because to me, you can't teach energy. You have a lot of guys with talent in the NBA, but energy and effort is something you can't teach. And a lot of times when you look at the Clippers, you see a lot of games where they lag on energy and they lag on effort and they lag in those areas. And somebody like Hardenstein definitely gives them that. He definitely gives them that boost. And I think that's what they need to propel forward. Now, he's only averaging 7 points a game, maybe 4 rebounds, but he doesn't get awfully a whole lot of minutes, you know what I'm saying? But the minutes he does play is very productive, and it definitely helps the Clippers, propel forward, and it definitely gives them a different dynamic to me. He's not like a really, really great player or anything like that, but his role is very valuable to the team, and he plays it very well. And every time he's out on the floor, I feel like he makes an impact somehow, whether on the offensive end or the defensive end. Now, the thing is, he's never played with Kawhi Leonard, and he's never played with this team fully healthy. So I think with this team fully healthy, having somebody like him come off the bench, giving them that type of energy, extra rebounds, fighting, playing with the pride and everything he plays with, I think that's going to basically add to what the Clippers have accomplished, or add to what they've already had, because they're definitely that type of team. Fighting mentality is what they have, and that's what they got to have now. And hopefully Hartenstein can, come back and, play a significant role, because they're going to need him going forward. Right now, they're sitting in the 9th seed of the West, and that's definitely not a good position to be in. So players like him, to me, who bring energy and effort and bring a positivity to the locker room in those type of ways, is what you need going forward and going into the playoffs if you plan on making a run, because he can be a difference maker in regards to maybe a player or two on defense, or maybe a player or two on offense, cutting to the basket, slashing, setting screens, things like that. The little things always go far in every situation when it comes to sports. A lot of people may not talk about them, but they're definitely noticed by the ones who understand the sport and know the sport from a different perspective. So when I look at a player like Isaiah Hartenstein, I definitely see value in him, and I definitely know why the Clippers see value in him, because when you look at the big man situation, Zubac hasn't really panned out to what they thought he would be. Serge Ibaka really isn't, what they thought he would be either, in regards to injuries. And, his age is becoming a part of the equation too. And then on top of that, they really don't have, too many or too much depth in that area all in itself. So Isaiah Hartenstein, to me, is going to play a big role for the Clippers' success going forward if he can, get back on the court, get healthy, and, stay healthy, due to, COVID and all that stuff. But He definitely going to play a big role in what they do going forward, and I definitely believe it's a good reason to keep him on the team and re-sign him as much as possible, because he's one of those guys to me that is kind of has an irreplaceable type way about him. Like I said, energy guys, you can't teach those. You can't teach energy. you're either born with it or you're not. And to me, he's just born with that. He's born with versatility, and I love the fact that he tries to better his game. Now I've seen some games where he stepped out, and took some jumpers with confidence. I didn't see a lack of confidence in him, and every time he's on the floor, I never see a lack of confidence. And I know Ty Lue likes that about this kid, so he definitely wants to see him excel. I think he's only 23 or 25 years old, so he's definitely got a long way to go, and he definitely can bring some things to the Clippers in regards to, like I said, just his overall, versatility, which will make him a valuable weapon for the Clippers going forward. And I've understood that looking at the Clippers, they definitely are depleted. They definitely aren't a team where they should be right now in regards to health. But, having players like him going forward can definitely help even more when you get all your players back, because he brings a different edge to the game for them, in which I think they lost in regards to some of the players they might have traded, like Patrick Beverley, players like that. I think he kind of brings, makes up for a little bit of those type things, because he plays with energy. He will play with defense, and he is kind of versatile. He can make some plays on defensive end. He can also step out, make a 17-footer on the offensive end, if need be. And he definitely plays the game the right way from what I see. So I definitely think the Clippers found much value in him. And I think that, I think he's found a valuable home himself with the Clipper Nation. So hopefully they just continue to keep him, because I like his energy. And I like the fact that he comes out there and gives you everything he got every game. And to me, players like that are priceless, because you need players like that to win. You need players like that to excel in this league. And you need players like that in sports in general, because everybody feeds off energy sometime. And sometimes the crowd actually feeds off the energy of a player, depending on how the player is and what they bring to the table. And he's one of them type of players I feel like, Clipper Nation can definitely feed off of themselves, and players in the locker room as well when they're not, feeling up or when they're down. He's the type of player that can, uplift them and give them that lift sometime when they're sleepwalking on defense or not playing up to the level of expectation as they're supposed to, just as they've done in the past before now. So I definitely think it's a good pickup for them in the off season coming into this season. I definitely think they need to continue to keep him, because he's definitely going to give some type of value to them, or definitely going to show value to the organization, I believe, as long as he's there, as long as he can stay healthy, especially with the number 5 position, the big man, the center position, being one of their weakest spots in regards to a lot of other teams in the league, even though they still have Serge Ibaka and they still have Zubac. But we all know those two, one is injuries and the other one hasn't really panned out to the expectation just yet. So that leaves Isaiah Hartenstein in the middle, which, he's definitely carved a niche for himself for this team. And I definitely believe he'll help him going forward, as long as they keep him and utilize his services to his best ability. But hey, that's my take on the situation. You leave any comments in the comment section. You let me know what you think, as always. And hey, Cali out.